Councilmember Muhammad, I'm sorry.
Thank you. And I had something on like all of the other points, but I know you couldn't be in two places at once, so I'm gonna try and make it brief. But thank you for bringing these proclamations forward, particularly around Black History Month. I am Black History. Black History saved my life because there was a time in my life where I bought into what I thought was who I was and assumed an identity based upon that, what was being promoted and advertised. And it was when I got familiar with Black history and the true greatness of our people, the resiliency of our people, and what we've endured and what we've been able to overcome, that really reignited a spark in me to pick up the pen. I remember hearing a quote that said, "Until the lion learns to read and write, the hunter will always tell the story." And what we're seeing right now is an attack on the lions' ability to tell their own stories and tell our own stories. And so it gives me great pleasure to see this type of proclamation coming from our city, and also to be on a council that has accepted me and my story as being a voice that's needed on council. A part of the community that is often overlooked and not valued, as Mr. Brown said. So to be here really allows them and others to be able to see what's possible, even if I wasn't able to see it myself. And every day is a new chapter in this History Month, and I'm really excited, and I thank you for bringing that forward. On gun violence, I unite with that proclamation as well. Mike mentioned it, and a few others mentioned the work that we did in that. I'm directly impacted by it. I have family members in prison because of gun violence. I've lost family members as well, and so it definitely is an issue that needs to be addressed. And I think when we talk about gun violence, I remember, I said I was going to be brief, but I remember we did a march with Mayor Kreisman one time, and we did it down Central Avenue. And, you know, there was some pushback in the community saying, well, why are we marching on Central Avenue? Because at that time, the statistics showed that there were just as many violent deaths by guns in other communities as it was in the Black community. And so I think when we talk about gun violence, oftentimes we contextualize it as a Black thing, because it's disproportionate, the impact that it has on our community. But when we look at Parkland, when we look at Columbine, when we look at all of these other issues of gun violence that are plaguing our community, I think it's something that's we all should remember and not. That mean I gotta hurry up. But I think it's something to consider and really know that this is not just a Black issue, it's an American issue, it's a human issue. So addressing gun violence is definitely important. Lastly, Hidden Voices. I mean, I'm happy to see that project, the program. A lot of the ideating, you talked about Matt Bird, we talked about PERC, and we had a lot of, you know, sessions in the back office at PERC asking ourselves the question of what we can do and how we can address it. And so to be able to see what's been done, what's being done, and the momentum that's happening. Reverend Irby and I, we used to meet at Tonio's Barbershop, and so just to see it all coming together and being executed with fidelity is also exciting time for us, and looking forward to continuing to support it. So thank you all for what you're doing to make that program a success, and anything that we can offer in the way of support, just let me know and we're here for you. Thank you, Madam Vice Chair.